Equal play, equal pay, the gender pay gap issue. Working approaches of modern women have become closer to men's. Today, many of them are career dedicated, and the number of female employees and entrepreneurs is increasing globally. However, inequity among men and women at workplaces still exists and often is shown by the level of salaries, where male workers receive higher amounts for the same volume of work. This essay aims at reviewing an article related to the issue and discussing its social construct of professionalism. The article chosen to reflect on is 7 Lessons from the U.S. Women's Soccer Team's Fight for Equal Pay by Ruchika Tulshyan. It concerns the pay gap between male and female soccer players and provides a reader with outcomes useful for the business world. In 2019, the U.S. women's national soccer team sued the U.S. Soccer Federation for an unequal payment system based on gender. The lawsuit declared that, although women won more matches than men, they received 38% less than the latter. The author's perspective is that such cases inhibit humanity's pathway to equity, which becomes crucial in the 21st century, and I agree with this statement. The standards of professionalism must include rules that respect gender diversity in a workplace and do not define the salary by a person's gender. The article advises employees to be aligned with a team, collect evidence, choose strong leaders, and seek allies in discrimination cases at the workplace. Such an approach is useful for big companies' standards, yet in smaller businesses, the gender issue might not be solved with these procedures. The author also created suggestions for employers and company leaders who deal with the gender gap protests. The described method requires the value of honesty, being transparent, admitting the issue, and finding ways of solving it on a win-win basis. These statements need professionalism and can help eliminate the pay gap in a company. The fact the salaries of men's and women's soccer teams depended on the broadcasting incomes surprised me the most. The companies I worked for or read about have never published data about salaries, and I did not think if the payments are high or low depending on gender factor. I knew the gender pay gap existed worldwide, yet I did not analyze it from the female worker's perspective. If I establish my own company, I can challenge the salary gap by evaluating employees' professional qualities and achievements, not gender, race, or other diversity-based factors. Casabianca et al. State that women receive a higher wage premium when engaged in cognitive tasks and experience more contained wage losses when performing manual activities. Considering these findings, I can set the rules to employ men for physical labor and let women perform more intellectual jobs with an equal salary. If I work for a company where a salary gap exists, I will try to influence its policymakers by sharing approaches that can help them in achieving equity. Jesuit-educated business students can have a positive impact on solving the workplace oppression challenges related to gender inequity. Such education motivates one to cultivate integrity and apply cure personalist in personal and professional communications. We can recall employers and employees' spiritual values to remind them that all people are born equal and that labor is valuable regardless of their diverse qualities.